Hey, welcome back to the Passive Buddies podcast. In today's episode, we are giving you tips and tricks for starting and growing your online business. As usual, we have our co-host Brandon Duff here, who's going to share some of his tips and his tricks, and we'll probably have a bit of a discussion on what is working right now, what is not working, and probably some of the mindset issues you've got in growing an online business. So welcome, buddy. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. I was just drinking a cup of coffee. I'm actually looking at the screen today, so I get to see your pretty face, your bright light that is shining on your face.
Oh, do you know
It's
what? That's the window. That is
oh,
literally,
it
yeah.
looks so good. Your camera today is really. I don't know if you got a new camera, but it's on fire.
Do you know what? No, I haven't. And obviously, but I've got a new phone, haven't I? Which has got like a 200 megapixel camera on it. And there was a whole reason I bought the phone. And obviously, completely off topic, but um, I've just seen a little connection where you can connect OBS virtual camera into your Zoom, which means then I can connect my phone to OBS and get that virtual camera through here. So next week, mate, I am going to have one hell of a camera. I am so looking forward to it.
Well, my good camera broke. Um, I don't know what happened. Like it just stopped like pulling up on my screen. So I had to use my old camera, my default camera, which still works. I just have my iPhone 14. I don't know if Max. I don't know if it has a virtual camera. But hey, we're going to be talking about tips on but not cameras. So
Yeah.
on growing
So
an
back
online
to
business.
it.
Yeah. So as far as tips, I think that I think you have to play to your strengths and your weaknesses for an online business. I actually was thinking about this yesterday because I was doing my coding, learning how to code with ChatGPT, which we'll be talking about in a coming up episode. So you definitely want to subscribe to the channel and don't miss any of our time sensitive material on how you can learn pretty much any topic without with just ChatGPT, like from Spanish to coding, pretty cool stuff. But I was thinking about this and I was just like, man, people who aren't social, like they just don't talk to people. They're loners. Like I'm a super loner. If you didn't know, I don't seem like it, but I never leave my house. I chill at home all day, hang out with my dog. I talk to Brian all day. So that's the gist of my human connection. But for those people that are loners and like that are maybe socially awkward or whatever, it'd be a hard time to start an online business because like you literally have to, with today's world, you need to bring attention. Like if you're not bringing attention to yourself, then it's going to be hard to do really well, I think, online, or just any kind of business today. Because like I think we said in the previous podcast that the new currency today is, well, I guess there's two new currencies. Number one is attention, but number two is data, because I think with AI is built off of good data, and so both of those things, if you're not in the big data space, then the second currency of data is not important to you. But attention is super important. So if you can bring attention to yourself and do that, you're going to do really, really, really well for yourself. And we talked about this previously in multiple podcasts, how I've done that with the Mission Monopoly outfit, with throwing traffic funnels, traffic secrets into the pool, all sorts of different ways. What are some tips you think, or any comments on the creating attention to someone as the new form of currency?
Attention is like when you're looking at anything to do with making money, you need people looking at you. You can't have the mentality of build it and they will come, because they don't know what they're coming for. Like unless they get lost and then somehow find you, like why would they come to you? Because they don't know what's going on. And that's where attention is absolutely massive. And obviously going a little bit away from marketing, that's why OnlyFans girls make so much money, because they get attention, obviously, like with the whole with leveraging TikTok and Instagram, and then obviously driving people to their OnlyFans account. And that's why like so many like women can literally quit their jobs in what 3 months by doing OnlyFans, maybe
Wow.
even less, because of that whole attention. They get the attention, they hook them in. Now, that is obviously the easiest way of describing it, but it come back to your online business. If you are not going down that route, if you're listening to our podcast, you're probably going down the affiliate marketing route, coaching creation, AI software. You're probably going down one of them, and maybe a bit of crypto. Like if you're promoting a crypto to get the affiliate things, you want attention. You need people to be looking at you, because any business needs that traffic. That's all it is. Attention is traffic. Now you can have the whole, oh, I don't want people looking at me, I don't want people judging me. Well, you're going to have to do it a very different way. And you're probably going to look at blog traffic or faceless channels. But that's still attention, it's still traffic. It's just the eyeballs are on you. As we've discussed in previous podcasts, like personal branding and being a personal brand, you can get attention quicker because people can connect with you. If you're a bit sarcastic and people like your sarcastic humor, they'll connect with you. They're not going to see that through a faceless YouTube channel. So you can get that stronger connection, which can increase your retention rates and your sales by someone being able to be highly relatable. So attention, as you were saying, mate, is 100% required, and you need to figure out ways of generating that attention, especially in today's world when like content creation and digital creators as a job role is at an all-time high, and it's only going to grow.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think that with AI, we are going to be losing a lot of jobs. I think just because of the people that can utilize AI can do the jobs of 3-4 people without using AI. I think, and just be like, for me, like I was doing something. Well, I'll just put it this way. Pretty soon with ChatGPT, I know 4 is coming out with, and it's already out, but it's not, it's through certain APIs, and you can't use it yet. But essentially what you can be doing is have a image that you upload into your ChatGPT console, and there's someone photobombing you in the background or whatever with their finger flipping up, or maybe you have like a shirt that has a stain on it or whatever, and it's not picture worthy. You can literally just type into ChatGPT, this is the future. This is not, I mean, I'm guessing it can happen already, but we just don't have access to it. Where you can type in, say, remove the stain on my shirt and make it a clean shirt, or put a tank top on me with my personal branding on it. And then it will pull your personal branding and combine them. You can actually take Midjourney and combine 2 photos already and put them into a prompt. So, I mean, it is possible. So essentially with that prompt, you can type that and have it instantly change your shirt. So now you don't need wait an hour for your Photoshop designer to edit your shirt. So now you can type that in 30 seconds, a minute, wait for it to download. Now you have this and you can keep going versus, and all sorts of different things, working on something else while that downloads versus waiting for your developer to finish that one photo or do your whole website. And this is what is going to replace a lot of people. But there's then going to be jobs for people that are going to teach prompt engineering and teach AI development, all this other stuff. So a lot of these routine jobs that you're doing can be replaced with AI, and you're going to be able to do a lot more with it. And I think it's going to be amazing. So my tip, I would say, if you're definitely in the online space, start utilizing ChatGPT as an assistant, because you're going to be able to do a lot more, be more efficient with your time.
And I think obviously, like, people will be saying, well, everyone's got access to ChatGPT now, so we're all going to be doing the same thing and all that type of, and the answer is not. Like, you probably would have seen the TikToks or the Reels where it's like, oh, like only 1% of people who view this are going to like take action and stuff like that. And that is literally the same thing. Like, if you've got a poor person's mindset, you're not going to look at ChatGPT and find a way to freedom because your mindset's not right. Like, ChatGPT is one hell of a tool. Like, we absolutely love it. Obviously, at Passive Buddies, in the Cash Flow Challenge, we teach prompts, we teach like all these things on how you can leverage it for your time. But people are still moaning that they can't use it right to get the output that they want, to get the success, because their mindset's not right. So when you're looking at tips and tricks for business, like, you have to be relentless, Like Brandon's absolutely fantastic, and it makes me laugh every single week. We've got about 5 new prompts, 2 new AI softwares every Thursday morning to discuss. It's like a meeting before the podcast. It's absolutely amazing because he's relentless in learning this stuff and how it can leverage and grow our business. Like it's not enough just to know these tools. Like you have to want to grow that business, that mindset to keep on pushing and pushing. A lot of people when they start a business, your expectations are up here. Like I say up here, so obviously if you're listening on Spotify, my hand's very raised. And the reality of the first couple of months can be hard. Okay. Anyone who judges a business in their first 30 days and then makes their business decisions and whether they push forward or not on those first 30 days are going to fail. They are going to be the people who stay in 9 to 5s, even if they're lucky to get a 9 to 5 with that poor mindset. Like you can't keep going with a victim mentality, a poor person's mentality, especially with these tools. Like anyone who's got a bit about them, they're going to scale a lot faster. They're going to grow a lot faster because they can put out a lot more, because combining the relentlessness with the tenacity to go and make that success. Anyone who's dipping the toe in, or anyone who's like, oh, well, it doesn't work for me, where's my tissues? You're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to fail. So when it comes to growing a business online, like you are growing a business, you want a business in 10 years, you don't want a business for 3 months. And you need to start looking at that mentality and going for it and planning that far ahead. You might not have all the answers yet, but I bet ChatGPT can bloody give you half of them, and it'll get you there. It'll give you your plan. It'll give you your content. If you feed it with the right prompts, which is obviously something that me and Brandon teach inside the Cashflow Challenge. But like, if you give it the right prompts, you can change your business, your health, your mentality, absolutely everything. You can improve yourself, which will ultimately be the part that grows you to the financial freedom to grow that online business that you want.
Yeah, it's funny you were talking about how you were saying that anyone has access to ChatGPT, and we'll all be doing the same thing, so there's no reason to really learn it. And it's funny because this woman blocked me the other day on the Facebook machine because she couldn't get her prompt to prompt like me. And I'll give the full story. So there's this woman who we were talking to for a while, and I was like, oh, you should fix your cover image because there's no link to your group, and it says, join my group. And she went off on a tangent on me, like you think you are so smart and you're just trying to find things wrong with my business to sell me on something. And I was like, no, like it says on your profile, like cover image, like click here, and you don't have anything that like any link. So she got very upset with me, and so every couple days or so, I'd reach out to her to kind of poke the bear and be like,
I'm bored today, fuck off.
Yeah, and be like, and say something like, hey, have you been using ChatGPT? It's funny. Oh man, we've had a few discussions between this, but this one recently, I said you should really use ChatGPT to write like how you. I didn't say how you should. I said how you should, but I meant like how you would actually type. So essentially, would replace your wording with your kind of tonality and your cadence and your phrasing and that sort of thing. And she took that as this horrible thing, as like she's not doing it wrong. ChatGPT will replace her or something like that. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. I meant like you can actually do it so that you don't have to keep recreating content, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, I was trying to teach her, and it was saying, you need to actually teach it and train it. She's like, I've been doing that and it's not doing anything like I'm doing it. I'm like, she's like, I followed your video. I'm like, I didn't I didn't show you how to train the ChatGPT. I just showed you the results of it. So that's why you're not getting results. And and then she ended up blocking me. So long story short is she was doing it wrong and not actually, she was just watching a few videos of mine but not actually learning the steps to utilize ChatGPT in the right way. And in doing so, I was able to, my prompts, like I look exactly like how I post, and her prompts looked nothing like she posts. And she ended up blocking me because she couldn't get it right, and instead of asking me. So, yeah. So
It's your fault, Brandon.
yeah, my fault. So it just goes to show you that one, people will blame everyone else besides taking responsibility for their own actions, like you were saying previously, of like no one's there to like hold your hand. Like you need to have tenacity, you need to be relentless and want to actually have a business in 10 years versus just in 3 months. And so there's one, and I think that having those skill sets and learning how to use AI correctly, and having that drive and that will, and that not a poor mindset, will actually get you to reach your goals. And if that's, I mean, and it's funny because if you think about it, most people only need, $5,000 a month, $4,000 a month to be able to work from home, to free up their time. And so if people just had this mindset of they only need to make, they don't need to make $10,000, they don't need to make $1 million, they only need to make their first $1,000 a month and then build upon that. And in a couple months, you could replace your job and then grow on top of that by building recurring income. And so I went off on a whole tangent, but yeah, go ahead, Ryan. You can end it off with us.
So basically, guys, obviously, some of the top tips right now is obviously your mindset is the most important thing. If you don't get your mindset right, if like you are going to fail in business, no doubt. Like if you've got the victim mentality of, oh, woe is me, like, I went through a stage where it was like I was trying X, Y, and Z. I was trying so many different things. I was watching it work for everybody apart from me, and so it actually dawned on me. I was like, oh, it must be because of this, it must be because of that. And it dawned on me one day, it was like the one common denominator across all of the failures was me. It was me. I'm the reason it failed, which means I need to get better, I need to get smarter, and I need to be more consistent. And it was only when I took a personal accountability for me, my own income, that everything changed. So by having that like aspect, like you have to have the right mindset, then you have to be getting attention. Right now, I'm not saying shake your ass like on every single video, because hey, I haven't got a nice ass, I can't shake it. But getting attention in the right way that attracts the right audience for the right product to get the right purchase is something you'll need to be working on, and then leverage the hell out of today's world. Like today's world is so amazing between automations and AI, and the amount of information out there. Like there's no reason you should be failing at all. There's no reason why you can't be pumping out 9 pieces of content a day without even breaking a sweat, like through all of these different systems, etc. So go ahead, get your right mindset, get your right product, get the attention and leverage, and just get your head down and work. And in the next 3 months, you'll be coming back and thanking us for this podcast episode.
I 100% agree. And you guys should take all these tips, write them down, and take action, because if you're not taking action, like you should learn and implement every single day. And if you're not doing that, then you're not going to get anywhere. You can be in this constant loop of learning, but if you are in a constant loop of learning and not taking action, you're going to be in the same place a year from now. So
100%. Guys, so thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you want to get more accountability, more coaching from me and Brandon, 100% click the first link below, which will be the Cash Flow Challenge. Come and join the community, and we'll personally help you through this, whether it's mindset, whether it's the AI training or anything like that, so you can start making recurring income and start the road to quitting your 9 to 5. And we will see you in the next episode.
Peace.